Nagaay wisandans ni namans for isis bi jandans amin. Sai galut saida iswis us urf andan ja atnam in puidangarja.
I wonder what it's an omen of.
Ja iswis iskut ndem iswil imb. How saip sai uran sa sayans du sayan fraua.
I'll look into it when I get the chance.
Einai fragins. Ustaupaim I CJ in alam is frumadine habans.
I need to talk. I can't serve you if I can't trust you, if I can't believe in what you're working for.
I try to walk in the light and transform the Empire from within. That's all I can promise.
But into what? What kind of empire do you see? You can't change the dark side. How do you propose to change an empire rooted in it?
That's why I wanted you at my side. I need your guidance.
I will not go against the Jedi teachings or my conscience. But I'll do what I can.
I gotta come clean with you, Sith. I wasn't always the scoundrel you met on Tatooine. I used to run in the Republic military. Made captain before I wised up and deserted. Call it misspent youth.
Why are you telling me this now?
Carl sent me a message. I guess bailing him out got the Republic military's attention. Seems they've added treason to the charges of desertion and piracy. Guess they're not big on former officers traveling with a Sith. Anyway, if things get hot, I might need to hop off the radar for a while.
If things get hot, this ship is the safest place for you. The Republic military police are no match for me.
Thanks. Good to know you got my back.
My lord, it looks like Thanaton's man will catch us before you arrive. Corrin and I will try our best to stave him off, but Lord Cineratus is not a man to be trifled with. The item we stole was the key to a hidden entrance to Darth Thanaton's private meditation chambers. It is the perfect ambush spot for when you have enough power to face him. If Corrin and I don't make it, we hope you'll avenge our deaths. Crush Thanaton, and usher in the new era for the Sith.
Are you the Sith who killed my apprentices?
My lord, I assure you it was nothing personal. I just prefer to stay off Thanaton's hit list. Or do you really think I have nothing better to do than chase a pair of low apprentices across the blasted galaxy? Now, as often happens when two Sith first meet, one of us isn't leaving this room alive. So I propose a toast. To the honorably defeated.
There isn't a chance I could be buried on Korriban, is there? I hear the tomb of Naga Sadal is vacant.
The odds are slim, but I could put in a good word for you.
Your old apprentices are dead, but they managed to steal the key to Thanaton's meditation chamber.
And so goes the last of my legacy, your self-accepted. But this key, perhaps their death was not such a waste. Thanaton's private meditation chamber would be the perfect place for an ambush.
We done playing with ghosts yet? Where I come from, man takes your dignity, you break his teeth.
We shouldn't rush to seek revenge.
We can't afford haste. I'd advise against facing Thanaton until you've gained more power.
How do I do that? I don't know where any more ghosts are.
You know, it's just hearsay, but there have been strange rumors coming off Hoth lately. Ships crashing mysteriously, and crews hearing voices. Some pretty level-headed people I know are spooked.
Ashara and I will look into these Hoth rumors. In the meantime, you should consider replacing your apprentices. You will appear weak if you don't try to restore what Thanaton destroyed. I've heard a new group of acolytes have arrived on Korriban. Slaves. The kind that Thanaton always passes on. Our old friend Harkon is training them.
I already have an apprentice.
Phenaton took 2 apprentices from you, and fallen or not, this one can hardly be called Sith. An apprentice from Korriban is a special honor. It says you have status, and you will have your pick of the group. Go to Korriban while we study these Hoth rumors your pirate friend produced.
You are the slime, the filth, the wretches of society. You are what Sith Lords scrape off their boots. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to crawl out of that muck and make something of yourselves. More likely, you'll die. It's my job to see that it's one or the other.
Excuse me, please.
Apologies, my lord, I didn't notice you there. I was just preparing these new slaves for their imminent death. Are you here for an apprentice, or were you just feeling nostalgic?
Darth Thanaton killed my last 2 apprentices.
Yes, I'd heard about that. They were incompetents anyway. Not that this group looks much better. Thanaton had the sense to pass up this cancerous lot, so they're yours if you want them. This worm is Sephiroth. They found him in a Hutt's palace, crushing prisoners' heads for the Hutt's entertainment.
Steve Pamuhu Moaga.
Shut up, slave. You don't talk directly to a Lord of the Sith unless he asks it. This beady-eyed monstrosity is Argog. Don't know where on a Cathhound's backside he's supposed to come from.
Draga stol freaking out Kyla.
Sorry, what was that? Can't understand a word it says. This gangly creature is Jackson. He's no Sith, but he's at least human. And this bone-faced one, well, I can't pronounce whatever gibberish he says he's called. We call him Zalek.
Master.
Don't let him fool you. Too wild for his own good. There were 2 others, but we made the mistake of leaving them alone with Zalek.
I look forward to seeing the results of your trials. I trust you'll be a fair judge.
No one's ever had trouble from me they didn't deserve, my lord. You may check back as you please. I don't expect it to take too long to chew through this bunch. What are you staring at, wretches? You know your trial. Now go!
I trust our friend Harkin is doing well. If your business is finished on Korriban, it's time we looked for another spirit to bind.
Tell me about this ghost.
We think what Andronicus has heard is true. A Republic transport crashed over Hoth about a year ago. It was carrying artifacts from a Sith tomb that the Jedi had confiscated.
What did the Jedi want with Sith artifacts?
What does it matter? They never reached their destination. The Jedi never recovered the transport. I don't like the idea of binding the dead like this, but if you have to, I'd start looking for that transport.
Ungasaiv nona, jappe signos fraudnos jus, jappe reita jappe.
Is this another one of your nightmares?
Jalaika jaan bar. In amalhab fralat forte fuima, alaisos kaskaf tais. Ababarna habens, glaubena, ni in usakwai, usiterens apipao.
I helped you defeat Veshik Urg. I'll help you find Tulak Horde's bones.
My tais is.
I'm realizing there's a lot I don't understand about the Empire.
There's a lot I don't understand about the Empire.
It's hard to see good in an empire that thinks of non-humans as nothing more than slaves.
The Empire's intolerance is one of its greatest weaknesses, even as the Republic's unquestioning acceptance makes it bloated and inefficient.
I suppose no civilization is perfect. I just wonder. The original Sith weren't human. It's a contradiction.
I do not share the Empire's species preference, but I am not in any place to change it. Yet.
But that's what we're working toward, right? Maybe not a good empire, but a reasonable one.
I hope you've found some more information on this ghost business, Andronicus.
Look, I've been doing some digging around, and by all accounts, this stuff is more messed up than Tatooine. Pirates run this place, though the Empire and the Republic have dared to move in of late. Still, ships don't land here. The cold is part of it, but there are other rumors. The kind you'd ignore if you had sense.
Fortunately, I'm not interested in sends, only ghosts. What do these rumors say?
There was a light freighter out of Yavin 4, Star Runner, disappeared over this place. Reported some strange happenings before it did. It was a smuggler vessel loaded full of ancient junk from Yavin's tombs. If I wanted to catch a ghost, I'd start asking after that ship.
This looks like an excellent opportunity to continue your training, Ashara.
I'm ready, Master.
Hollow Chatter says the Empire's operating on this ice block, so you might try using your new Lord of the Sith authority. Careful, though. Place is crawling with pirates, and they aren't all as nice as me.
I'm looking for a ship called the Star Runner.
My lord, truly an honor and a surprise. I'm afraid no ships have landed on Hoth in ages, unless it's a crash. Actually, the name Star Runner sounds familiar. If I may ask, what do you need the ship for? You're here on Darth Thanaton's behalf, naturally.
I am my own master now, but you can be forgiven for thinking otherwise.
Right, of course. I meant no offense, my lord. Star Runner. Blast. Your ship crashed years ago. It's buried under a few tons of snow by now. Your best bet? No. Give me a few months to get a recovery team on it.
As long as I get the ship, I'm happy.
Of course. Perhaps a few months isn't satisfactory for Darth Thanaton. I hesitate to suggest it, but we do have a fully equipped reclamation service team in the field already. It's just the lieutenant in charge is a little odd. Too much time digging in tombs, you understand.
I only care that he can find the ship.
Lieutenant Talos Drellick could find a piece of glass in the Tatooine desert, but he's very particular about his work. I'm afraid I can't call Lieutenant Drellick. The weather on Hoth is bad for communications. The team's way out in the way searching for some mythical Sith temple on Hoth of all places. Good luck, my lord.
Entering Storehouse 0026. Antiquities, Tulak Horde era.
Patay kuibanist, ni fragais fraujan, kupainana. Hausaip, sai uran sa sayans, du sayan fraua.
This is too much of a coincidence.
Panasips, swe quiquai in baba, fervao ureri.
Note to self. If my apprentice's Deshad fails to submit after the transfer, the bones of Tulak Horde could prove a useful bargaining chip.
Taupanais and Niman.
I don't know how she got hold of his remains.
In alay matay, gaswin pidal, pi matay wulpaz, in alay uspolanay. Ja usteans alfrost no job, diabulous afstop fara. Anso wilok bardos, zogi inagandan disat faur ises.
Take the bones. I won't let Zash win.
Sinay galaw bainay, wirpines jafar inabela, afwadni.
Ah, that's better. I can think so much more clearly now. Thank you.
Kenval will tear you apart, and I look forward to watching.
Now, there's no need to be bitter. This is my storehouse. You may have anything here you want. Now, let's go back to the ship, shall we? I don't know how long Kem will be weakened, and I have lots of reading to catch up on.
We're close, boys. We'll find that temple. I can feel it. Rogers, no cutting corners. Don't forget the salt. Salt's not the best solution, but it's the only thing that doesn't freeze out here, and solid footing is a must.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Talos Drellick of the Imperial Reclamation Service.
My lord, I am honored. I heard you single-handedly unearthed artifacts of the great Tulak Horde. I'm a Naga Sadar man myself, but I'd love to compare notes. What brings you to Hoth, and how may I be of service?
I'm hunting a ghost, actually, on a crashed ship.
A ship. Not usually our line, but let's hear it. Maybe we can help.
A bit new for the Reclamation Service, but artifacts. And a ghost. I've heard that the dead talk down in the tombs, but to see one, I wonder if it'd be possible to make a hollow image.
I imagine it would depend on the light.
Yes, darker would be better. Engineer Sorrel, do we have any probes that aren't frozen solid?
Shalora works as good as any in these conditions, sir. She may not look like much, but she's got heart.
If my guess is correct, the captain would have launched a distress beacon before the crash, which would give us a line on the ship.
Not a bad idea.
Beware, my lord. The cold's master out here. My boys and I are going to shift camp. Try to get a better communication setup going. But let us know if you find anything.
This is Captain Quillen of the Star Runner. SOS. I repeat, SOS. We're caught in Hoth's gravitational pull and falling fast. Strange events date back 2 weeks. Yavin 4 artifacts, believed to be the source. Something has taken control of the ship. To whomever finds this message, burn this vessel. Don't look inside. Don't touch it. Burn it.
Lieutenant Drellick really is something else. Could find a wampa here in a snowdrift, I bet.
Is there anything else recorded on the beacon? Coordinates, perhaps? A hint of where the ship may have fallen?
Not as I can tell. Might take a good going over in the lab. But what are those tracks? Lieutenant, sir. We found the beacon, but no ship. There's some light tracks, though. Appear to be a few days old.
Have Shalora zoom in, Sorrel. I've been studying alien tracks since I was old enough to know a Twi'lek from a Toccata. Ortolan. I'd know them if they were 6 days old and covered in jam. Those are Ortolan tracks.
I'll be sure to look for you next time my ship's galley is invaded by a pack of Ortolans.
That's a good one. I'll have to remember that next time the Imperial Reclamation Service Trackers Committee meets. It looks like those Ortolans dug something up. Possibly a clue to the ship's location. Sorrel, where's the nearest Ortolan camp?
It's a ways beyond the next outpost, but the tracks look headed in the right direction.
Well, might be time to put on your best diplomatic face, my lord. Ortolans don't like outsiders much, but it looks like they're the key to finding our ghost.
I will be utterly charming.
I'll have Sorrel bring the beacon to the base. Between it and the Ortolans, we're bound to have a breakthrough. We'll be there when you're through dealing with the Ortolans.
I'm looking for the remains of a ship called the Star Runner, which you took from the distress beacon site. It is truly an honor to meet one such as yourself.
No offense, but Master, why can't you Sith just become one with the Force when you die?
I will release you when I've defeated my enemy. What exactly does this entail? And how exactly do I enact revenge on ancient dead assassins? I met the ghost, and he needs me to get inside an ancient temple.
Then it's true. My peers in the service laughed when I said it was on Hoth, but now, yes, it's the only thing that makes sense. Your ghost said he was a follower of Ludo Quesh, and that Naga Sadow's assassins killed him. Sith, do you realize what you've done?
Let's not get carried away here.
Not get carried away? Oh, impossible. We're talking about the fabled Sadoween, Naga Sadow's personal order of assassins, myth made real. Don't worry, I'll get you inside. I've been circumventing the security of ancient tombs since I was old enough to hold a data spike in a pair of pliers.
Glad to hear it.
Let me just gather up my equipment here. All right, let's go. Looks like a simple pulley job. I just need to... Give me a moment. Oh, I am too excited! Every time I open a new tomb, like watching a flower blossom. So many wonders! Unbelievable! These look like the catacombs. The rest of the temple must have been destroyed by the elements. The great and secret order of Naga Sadow's assassins, the Sadoween. This is where they came to die when their bloody work was done.
Why build in such an inhospitable place?
What better place when no one would dare to come here? Please, I know the ghost wants this all destroyed, but let me at least take some holo recordings. To obliterate all this history, why, we'd be orphaning ourselves. Our culture needs the hand of the past to guide it.
Take your record and make it extra thorough.
Thank you. It shouldn't take too long. There. That's the last piece. Just tell me when it's over.
That's the last of them.
My lord, that droid, didn't we already defeat it?
Excellent. Thank you, Sith, for your help.
Fascinating. How is this possible? It doesn't appear to be technological.
To see those pawns of Naga Sadow crushed, their graves defiled. Normally, I'd consider myself above revenge, but this pleases me.
I hope this is your way of saying you're grateful.
Yes, Sith. It is.
The ghost. Never in a million years.
The Star Runner may be found in the belly of the mighty super dreadnought Star of Coruscant, in the graveyard of ships. I landed it there for safekeeping after I crushed its foolish captain. There, you will find me.
I know the place, but it's swarming with pirates. White Moor, I think they're called. Not exactly connoisseurs of the historical.
I'll use caution.
Oh, I'm sure those pirates will crumble before you like the bones of dead Sith.
I wait expectantly for your arrival.
Unbelievable. One minute it's walking around good as new, and the next... Oh, there's better equipment for analysis at the base near here. It's on the way to the ship graveyard, if you'll follow me. Here we are. Now, I have to analyze this droid. But your friend said they'd be here if you needed them. I believe the ghost said he was in the dreadnought. Best go there if you wish to find him.
My savior and avenger, my heart is light,
almost as if I were alive again. You have a gift. The way you and your apprentice cut through my guardians was most satisfactory.
What was the point of having them attack us? Haven't we already proven ourselves to you?
I am sorry, but I have always been vain, and surrender is not a pill I swallow easily.
I promise to free you when I have defeated my enemy, Darth Thanadon.
More generous than I'd expected, but I would be a fool to ask for less. Seal the promise with your blood, and I will submit willingly to your control.
I promise to release you once Thanaton is defeated.
Excellent. Let the ritual begin.
My lord, I hope to catch you before you left. I have resigned from the service. The military just isn't the best use of my talents. I feel I could serve the Empire better by helping you. If you'll let me.
I can always use another lover of the strange. It would be an honor.
I promise I won't let you... Wait, you will? Great! Great! Thank you. You won't regret it. I have military training, rifles, small arms, grenades, and I am the best in the galaxy at finding rare artifacts, if I may say so.
The ship's getting crowded. Are you sure we can use him?
I promise I won't let you down.
What was your master like? You had a master, right?
My master tried to kill me.
That's just insane. Why would Sith try to destroy the future of their own order?
My master was not the sentimental type.
I won't ever get used to the fear and suspicion among Sith. You claim to follow your passions, but what about friendship? The Jedi seek spiritual peace, and they watch out for each other. Master Ryan and Osera were more like parents to me than my own parents.
Yet you disobeyed them to follow me.
Every Jedi must find her own path. Mine was with you. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to start an argument. I'm still trying to figure things out. My lord, I'm sorry I was so harsh about the Empire earlier. There's just a lot I'm still trying to process.
Let me know if I can do anything to make the adjustment easier.
I know Jedi are supposed to be patient, but it's never been my strength. How would you feel if suddenly you had a Jedi Master and were serving the Republic?
I'm sorry. I haven't been very sympathetic.
Thanks for understanding. I promise I won't let my misgivings interfere with our work. I changed my mind. I have nothing to say to you.
I don't understand. I haven't done anything.
No, you didn't do anything, but you're Sith. Just released on the HoloNet, Sith in the Corellian system killed a group of free traders for failing to give them free passage to the Outer Rim. They murdered them.
I'm sorry, but you can't hold me responsible for the actions of every Sith.
What's the Empire gonna do about it? You know the answer as well as I do. Nothing. If there's gonna be any kind of peace agreement, the Empire has to stop this.
This behavior will destroy the Empire from within. I won't allow it.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be more patient.
I just wanted to thank you again for having me along. I'm honored to work with someone of your expertise. The archaeological pursuits of the Sith and Empire have been separate for too long. It is our common history. We have a shared duty to unearth it.
Sith rarely seek knowledge for its own sake. Your purity is refreshing.
I wouldn't consider myself purer than anyone else in my line of work. I'm honored to do what I do. From the depths of the ground, history calls us to save it from obscurity. I do my best to answer that call. I can tell you do the same. You remind me of my old mentor, Orsilio Gan.
He was the one who discovered something about Nagasado's secret apprentice.
Advanced archaeology 100 years. No detail ever escaped him. But what am I doing talking when there's work to be done? As we say in the service, the dead aren't getting any younger.
Hey, I gotta run.
Another friend of yours in trouble.
Don't got time for questions. Someone from my Republic days has popped up. Someone I thought was dead. If I don't jump on this tip now, he might disappear again. I'll fill you in later. Alright, I said I'd give you an explanation when I got back. Here it is. We were chasing down a free trader on a tip in neutral space when an Imperial fleet jumped on our position. Blasted us to pieces. Guy who gave us the tip, an SIS agent, that's spy to the Empire, named Harmon Reich.
Why would a Republic agent tip off an Imperial fleet?
I hear lots of Republic boys were playing both sides. It's not just the Sith who have powers of persuasion. Could have just been bad intel, except Reich disappeared the same day. One of my old underworld contacts traced one of his safe houses, but Reich slipped away before I could get to him. I can understand not wanting to fight somebody else's war. I skipped out myself, but Reich owes me an explanation.
What if the explanation is that he betrayed you and your men and sent you to die?
He better have a good reason why.
Ah, yes! I can sense the new power within you. Good. And I would suggest...
Jagasar Jais in Barks Prize War Tairen Swase Ikbus Karadida.
For once I agree with a monster. Break into Thanaton's meditation chamber and blast him with all those dead Sith you've piled up.
Then set a course for Droman Kaas.
You got it, Captain. But if you face him with his defenses up like last time, you're toast. Don't forget it.
If there's any way I can aid you, my lord, let me know.
My lightsaber is ready, should you have need.
Up now, we sons.
I know Andronicus is rather attached to the ship, but I was wondering if I could fly it now and then. Master Ryan said I showed exceptional aptitude at flying in simulation training, but I've never been able to pilot the real thing.
You'd have to get Andronicus to agree, but I have no problem with it.
I'll be very careful, I promise.
So, explain this to me. The tomb of Naga Sadao on Korriban was built by Tulak Horde before Naga Sadao was even born? And that's where you found the Deshard Shadow Killer? And when your master tried to steal your body, you used the artifacts of Tulak Horde to put her being into this Deshard?
You forgot the part where I received aid from my long-dead ancestor who was murdered by Tulak Horde.
Kalik. He was one of the most powerful Sith Lords of his time. Perhaps the most powerful. Oddly pro-alien. To think how the Empire might have been different if he had killed Tulak Horde and not the other way around. Darth Zash and I have been talking. Well, when she's around. I would love to speak more with Kemval, but I don't think he likes me.
Being locked in stasis for hundreds of years was hard on him.
Do you know I never thought of it that way? Yes, I'm sure that's it. Perhaps I could give him a few social pointers.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Excellent. I will speak with him at the next opportunity. I understand you inherited quite the archive from Zash. I would love to see it sometime.
I would love to show it to you.
Excellent. The quest for knowledge is eternal.
After Lord Cineratus' death, I knew you'd be here eventually. Your persistence is reckless, foolish, insulting. You mock the Sith Order by pretending you are worthy of facing me.
This doesn't need to end in violence.
It is the law of the Sith, and the law is inviolable. You are young and proud. No doubt all you see is a withered old man waiting to be crushed and succeeded. Roland?
Yes, Master.
The apprentice of a disobedient Sith must die. Let us do our solemn duty. This time, I will be sure to dispose of your corpse personally.
I didn't want it to end like this.
Stop this nonsense now.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
He's a treacherous snake. Cut out his fangs.
Careful now. Don't lose control.
I warned you my ritual was dangerous. I warned you it was not for the weak, but you drank the poison.
What have you done, you fool? You can't handle that kind of power.
What just happened? Where's Thanaton?
You're dying, little snake. Don't struggle. It'll only prolong the agony.
One thing I forgot to mention about the Force binding. You should never, ever bind more than one ghost at a time. Or else, well, you'll see.
I'm still not sure I understand. I was fighting Thanaton.
Too much exertion wears you out, lowers your defenses.
We had no choice but to serve you before, but now we can finally have some fun.
Sith. Back in the land of the living. Easy now.
You overextended yourself. The ghost's power was too much for your body to adapt to so quickly. And that's not to mention the little chats you've been having in your sleep. Let me guess, the ghosts?
They won't be quiet. How did you know?
I know a thing or two about voices invading one's thoughts.
Whatever the cause, you look dire. And Thanaton will take advantage unless we find a cure quickly.
Give me some time to do some research. Ashara, I'll need your help. Holocrons are impossible these days. Please order your monster to settle down. His raging makes it impossible to get any reading done.
In bizo se waitai spira presin kretai, in bise e wanata atragata injais. Godais akran bayradans jawan jandans in pan guidis.
My apologies. I didn't realize the consequences would be so dire.
Your apologies are wasted, it seems. I really am quite grateful. You've no idea how much easier it's been to think since the storehouse. And I have to say, I'm growing used to this body. It has its limitations, certainly, but such strength.
Don't get too settled. Ken won't like it.
He doesn't have much of a choice, does he? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get some research in while the monster's at bay. It makes no sense. Dothvile has produced over 3,000 volumes, writings and holocrons. It makes a one-line notation. I'm hearing voices, must find cure. Then nothing. In 3,000 volumes, not a single other mention of the subject.
Do you think Thanaton could have tampered with your resources?
These are common diaries, not Sith secrets. There's no reason anyone would... No, you're right. Why didn't I see this before? Volume 2397, line 232. Killed by 4th apprentice today. Caught him spying. Same line, volume 2455. Killed by 4th apprentice today. Caught him spying. The entire volume is a duplicate.
At least we know what we're looking for.
Thanaton must have grasped what was going on when he confronted you and ordered the volumes switched. Let's hope he didn't destroy them. He keeps a private, heavily guarded library under Drummond Castle. I'm not supposed to know about it, but for various reasons I do. I'm guessing Darth Vilus's missing volume and another by Darth Aratus are there. Both could be imperative to your survival.
Hey, Sith. We make a pretty good team. I was thinking I might take off after I found Reich, but the old job just doesn't sound quite as appealing.
I'd be honored to have you with me.
Maybe sometime I'll take you out into open space, show you the thrill of lying in wait for a big freighter and a big payoff. I may be out of the game, but my skills are sharper than ever.
If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force-sensitive. Darth Maul came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
If I ever run into your brother, I'll let you know.
Oh, it's all right. We didn't really get along anyway. He was always faster and stronger, and he usually had a stick in his hand. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
What did your father have against the Imperial Reclamation Service?
The Drillicks are a proud family line, and my father is simply the proudest of the lot. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
I have always believed that knowledge will ultimately win out over the lightsaber and the blaster.
Thank you, my lord. It is my honor to serve.
My lord, I've been studying the Sith code lately, and I'm wondering what you think of the line, "Peace is a lie." There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for interpretation, but I know you are an ardent proponent of peace.
You should know by now that I do not allow the Sith to dictate how I live my life.
Yes, I guess so. It still strikes me as strange how you can be Sith and value Sith teaching so little. The Jedi Code is the core of our philosophy. We learn it by heart, and it's the foundation of everything we do. But I guess it's different for the Sith. The Sith Code is more a description than a guide.
Some take its words very seriously.
Which is better? The ones that truly believe peace is a lie, or the ones with no code at all? How can there be peace with the Sith Empire when every Sith does their own thing? This task we've taken gets more difficult every day.
Stop right there. Sorry, my lord, but you're not allowed in here.
You will let me in. I'm welcome here.
We will let you in. You're welcome here. Thanaton keeps his most useful holocrons on the far wall. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you took one.
The ritual I performed was too much power too quickly. I am disintegrating rapidly. I have begun to drain parts of my power into holocrons, though it is only a temporary solution. My research points to a cure, almost too amazing to fathom, but I must try, and I must succeed. It will require going into the heart of Belsavis, a place so racked with chaos I shudder to think of going.
Still, no time for hesitation. I go now, or not at all.
I found some things that look relevant.
Excellent. It will take some time for Ashara and I to study these. In the meantime, you may want to check in on Harkin. Make certain he knows you're alive, and that he shouldn't take any liberties with the trials.
I know better than to trust my apprentice with you.
Don't worry. Your little Jedi girl is smart. She keeps me at better than arm's length.